How do we survive? How do we survive? I mean, it's not Obama's money. His face is not on the currency yet. It's coming from you. It is coming from tax revenue. Let me just show you this real quick. Here's jobs. Here's tax revenue. As people and their unemployment and people lose their jobs, what do you think? Tax revenue goes up? Yeah, more tax revenue. It doesn't work that way. As people lose their jobs, tax revenues go down as well because you're not making money to pay taxes. Now listen, we can no longer base our economy on consumption. What are we creating? What are we creating? What are we going to hang our hands up? Here's the deal. As you spend less, the government, through stimulus, has to spend more. They have to fill this space. Otherwise, the economy collapses. But the idea on stimulus is to create something new here that is like a clutch. As it comes down, they fill this space. As it comes down, they stimulate the economy, and it kickstarts the economy. And then the economy and your spending go up. That's the way it's supposed to work. But we're not creating anything. The lie being told to you right now is that green jobs is the answer. And the evidence? Prince of the Republican progressives, Senator Lindsey Graham. Here he is.
The green economy is coming. We can either follow or lead. And those countries who follow will pay a price. Those nations who lead in creating the new green economy for the world will make money. Okay.
Really? That's great. Let's start cranking out the solar panels. I'm sure the prices in the global market are going to be competitive with us cost-cutting, union workers and unobtrusive politicians. Just think of the birthing process of a solar panel in America as opposed to China. In America, we've got to get financing. Okay? We got to get the workers. Okay, so we go and get financing. Then we go hire the workers. We got to have a union contract. We got to have the permits. We got to go through OSHA. We're making solar panels, so we got to go through the EPA. Then you better have a lot of attorneys because all kinds of people are going to come after you because you're making anything in America. And then at the very end, you got it. Solar panels. That's us. And I know I left a lot of stuff out. Here's China. Got solar panels. What do you need? You need some workers. Children. Parts. Which do you think is going to be cheaper? I'm betting on China. How about you? Of course they're going to be able to do it cheaper. And I have evidence in about 5 minutes. Wait for this. It'll make your head explode. It's the same thing with the green cars. Do you really think that our union factories are going to outprice India or China? Come on. Please. It is the reason why Andy Stern wants the workers of the world to unite.
Workers of the world unite? It's not just a slogan anymore. It's a way we're going to have to do our work.
Does he care about you? The American worker? Oh, no. He's got bills to pay. And he's got to make that money. He's got to grow someplace. The unions are becoming globalists. They know they can't compete, and they know that growth market is not in America. So they globalize and lower the standard of the American worker. We'll just spread the wealth. Take from the haves and give to the have-nots on a global scale. Got news for you, gang. The poorest among us are the have-nots, and they will get theirs, the unions, because they're a global institution now. So where does that leave you and me, the American? In what world will we actually start to flip these numbers? Where will we start to flip 70 and 30%? I have no idea. What are we going to build? Chia Pets? Ben & Jerry's? ShamWows, are they made here in America? I know the slap chop, I think, is made in Mexico. Could be made in China. I think I've said this somewhere before. Where are those? Well, they're over here. I've been working on a new design. This is, can I tell you something? This is going to be so fantastic. Look, it's a drink umbrella. And we can make them here in America and send them to the Chinese. Won't it be great? Whatever it is that we decide to make, it better be huge, because we all owe $340,000, every one of us, every man, woman, and child, a debt that until recently was considered healthy, and now it's called unsustainable. Even the president admits that. So why? Why is it unsustainable? What's the problem with it? Well, let me show you. Here it is. The problem with it is, and I tried to make today's show all about you. If you can understand it in your own life, well, you'll understand what's happening in Washington. Here are three people. One is 25, one's 45, one's 65, okay? When you're 25 years old, you're low earning, but you have your whole life in front of you, so you have high potential. You have low to medium debt. Maybe you have a big debt from college, but that's pretty much it. You're not owning houses and cars and everything else. Low earning, high potential, low to medium debt, okay? When you're 45, this is the peak of where you are. This is the peak years. For the next 10 years, this is where you're really making money. So you're high earning, you have high to medium potential, because in 10 years it's going to start coming down, and then you have high debt. This is when people go out and they buy that big, huge house, because they're high earning and they still have potential. Then 65. At 65, you're going on SSI. So you're on pension. You're going to be low earning, low potential, low debt. You buy the big house here. You don't go out and buy a huge house here, right? Because you can't pay it off. Gang, stop looking at you. This is the United States in the 1930s. We still had in front of us jets, cars, TVs, the refrigerator. Nobody in the world had refrigerators. We made them. We had steel plants. The world came to us. We were 25 in 1930. 45 in 1970. We still had our potential, we still had things, but things were going to start coming down. Cars, televisions. This is when we got off the gold standard and we started to become a consumption, because they knew the end was coming. We couldn't keep building because the rest of the world could build it cheaper than us. And then 65. When is this? Now? 2010? 2012? I don't know. We were going to, our export was going to be financial advice. Nobody in the world is listening to us now. We're consumption, and what else? What else? Lindsey Graham thinks it's the solar panels and the Prius. That is not the answer, and I will show you the evidence on why next. All right. So now you know the situation with the debt, and you can see that, are we ever going to be competitive on the system that we have right now? Progressives are telling us things are going to be saved, we're going to be fine with a green economy. We have Republican Senator Lindsey Graham saying green jobs are the future.
The green economy is coming. We can either follow or lead. And those countries who follow will pay a price. Those nations who lead in creating the new green economy for the world will make money.
Yeah, we're going to make money. We're going to make money with this kind of on our back. Of course, then you have Joe Biden. He says that green jobs are more likely to be union jobs. So it's going to make it so much easier. David Buckner is here. He's an adjunct professor at Columbia University. How are you, David?
Good.
David, am I wrong on this?
No, in fact, this exasperates. It gets even larger when the government gets more and more involved, which it's doing.
Here's why I said, America, this green economy thing, it's absolute nonsense. Mm-hmm. I think they want you over here, because that way, in case you pass out or something. This is why I tell you that the green economy stuff is nonsense. Because of this, listen to this story, broke today. Massachusetts-based Evergreen Solar received $58 million in state aid and tax incentives to build a plant and produce solar panels. The company upheld its end of the bargain, creating double the number of jobs it promised that it would create. But Evergreen still lost $167 million last year and has decided to send 200 jobs overseas to China. David, can we create anything? See, because here's my solution to this. Do you agree with this?
Here you had innovation. You had innovation here.
Right.
You had innovation here.
Right.
We have become a consumption and a financial instrument society.
Right. And not even really a financial
No,
instrument.
not today.
anymore.
Who's going to look to us?
We're just consumption.
So we are consumption.
Correct. That's unsustainable.
Oh, we're so overconsumption that our
Correct.
deficits are beyond what our budgets ever were.
Some people will say to me that, well, then, Glenn, you're just such a pessimist. No, no, no. I'm not a pessimist. I believe in the American people. I believe we can create if we do two things. If we erase all of this stuff, all of this garbage that the government has put in our way, we can immediately, because if we just stop, if we get rid of our debt, we start living within our means.
You start again. You're back
We
here.
start again.
Right.
And
But
with this system where it is clean and it is the entrepreneur and the 25-year-old mentality where, wait a minute, I got an idea, I'll do it. We're going to build the jets
And
and
you're
the
not
TVs.
hindered by the government intervention or being steered by the government intervention.
Exactly right.